guys, it's Carrie from Fullerton Professional Organizing. Today I've got some ideas that I found from Abby Lawson, a girl in her blog, and I wanted to share some of her systems and routines. And she has 3 areas that she tackled in this talk that I listened to. And it's laundry, food, and cleaning, deep cleaning. So her systems and routines will save time and stress. She says she's scatterbrained and and she's an A-type personality. But a little bit about her is she runs a blog called Just a Girl and Her Blog, and she has a YouTube channel and Instagram account called Abby Organizes. She says she's actually pretty scatterbrained by nature, but she's a type A, so those 2 contrasting sides of her personality are always at war. She says creating systems and routines is one of the ways that she has helped to keep her scatterbrained side in check, so that she's not constantly forgetting something or leaving in the midst of a chaotic mess. She has a husband named Donnie and 2 sons, and she lives a pretty busy lifestyle. They both work from home. So she says the why of finding systems and routines for her is because of busy lifestyle, many child activities outside the home, church activities. She would like to save money, save calories, and then these areas she is tackling is meals, laundry, cleaning. Systems are not one size fits all. She says you find what works for you, and she says you can copy her system or you can tweak her system, but the point is to actually just have a system, a plan and a system. Now, how she tackles the food issue. What are your problemed areas? Is it eating out, healthier meals, no time to cook, kids don't like what you cook, do they have lots of allergies, are you picky eaters? You know, those are some sticky situations. And she says herself, she's a picky eater. So she is very controlling, those are her words, when it comes to doing her own grocery shopping and everything, because she is very particular. So one thing she had to let go of is any type of complicated meal. And same with me. Complicated is just too much. I need in and out of the kitchen quick and fast. Now, I am going to put in the description some of the places she recommends for recipes, so don't worry. But she mentions simple, purposeful living, less time searching for the perfect, spending less time looking for the perfect recipes. She talks about the lazy genius way, which we have talked about before, and having a theme for all of your meals. And that's something that I hold on to. That makes my life so much easier, is I know I'm going to cook the same thing. It may have a different flavor, different sauce, different seasoning, but the same thing every week. This is hers. If you want to see mine, you might go back to my very first meal plan podcast, or search meal plans in my YouTube. But here's hers. Monday is crock pot meal. Tuesdays is different types of pizzas. She changes it up every Tuesday. Wednesdays are just kids activity night, so it's just sandwiches or whatever. Whoever's driving that child to activities that day just has to figure it out. Could be sandwiches or leftovers. And they do the same on Fridays because of kids' activities. Thursdays are grilled cheese sandwiches, soups, or pasta. And on Saturdays, her husband grills. And on Sundays, they have breakfast for dinner. Now, I'm not sure what they have for lunch and breakfast all of these days, but I'm sure it's also very simple. She says another place to look for recipes is macro-friendly food. And then she says the grocery shopping, I'm just going to tell you, now you have pickup options, you have delivery options. She's very picky. She likes to do the grocery shopping herself. So, you just have to figure out how you want to do the grocery shopping. But she talks about habit stacking when it comes for making sure you remember to take something out of the freezer for the next day's meal or etc. I try to take out everything for the week that's frozen and put it in the very bottom drawer of my refrigerator. That way it slowly defrosts, and by the time I am going to cook it, it's mostly defrosted so that it can be cooked, and I don't have to worry about leaving it out to defrost. But she says she likes to do it when she is putting up all and cleaning up after dinner. She likes to go ahead and get everything ready for the dinner for the next day. And she didn't mention all of that it includes. It may just be taking out what is frozen and that they're going to eat the next day. But she does that. And now on laundry, she says there's 3 types of people when it comes to laundry. The person that does one load of laundry every single day, so it's just a little tiny bit every single day. Then there's her, she likes to get it all done at once. She did mention though that she does split it up. She does all the washing on Saturday, and then on Sunday she does the folding and putting away. If I were to do it that way, which I don't, but if I were to do it that way, I would probably do all the washing and folding on Saturday and then do the putting away on Sunday, because for some reason I really hate the putting away and I'm not sure why. And then she said the way her mother did it was she did it twice a week. So as far as the laundry goes, do what works best for you and your family, but try to make everything you do enjoyable. You can do it while while watching TV, audiobook, podcast. If you have something that you never have time to listen to it or watch, it's great to do your laundry while watching that favorite program or listening to something that you don't usually have time to listen to. An audiobook, podcast. And also with the laundry, there might be some things that are hard to let go of, but you can do it. Maybe let go of some of your clothes so you have less laundry to do. Maybe instead of sorting all the laundry by color, maybe do all of your husband's at once, or me. I had my husband do his own laundry. I did my own laundry. My grown kids did their own laundry. Once they were old enough and I started finding folded clothes in the dirty clothes, that's when I decided everybody was doing their own laundry, because I did not enjoy finding folded clothes, clean folded clothes in the dirty clothes when I went to put them in the washing machine. So once my kids were old enough to do their own, then they did their own. So then I only had to do mine once a week. My husband did his laundry once a week. The kids, chose to do their laundry when they did their laundry. So that also freed up my time. And she says she had little kids with clothes that didn't really wrinkle. Lay their underwear flat instead of folding them. That takes less time. Maybe not a lot of time, but if they don't have their drawers completely stuffed full, there are some items you can just lay flat, and that might work for them. So make laundry easy. What she does is she has all the laundry all in one hamper, so that it makes it easier. Or if it does, and made a rule. Now, this was my rule too when I was doing everyone's laundry. If your laundry was not put into the laundry hamper, then it did not get washed. If it was on the floor in your bedroom, it stayed on the floor in your bedroom. I only washed the clothes that wound up in the hamper. And I'm sorry to say this, but it included my husband. If he could not put his clothes inside the hamper, then it did not get washed. So if he ran out of underwear or ran out of socks, he had to wash his own. Of course, now eventually they had to wash their own eventually anyway. But I'm just saying, when I was doing the whole family's laundry, that was my rule. She has another rule that if it's turned inside out, or if the outside is turned in, you know what I'm talking about. If it's not turned the correct way, then it got washed exactly the way it went in, and it got folded exactly the way it went in. Her rule was you either had to turn it in right side out before it went into the laundry, or you're going to have to do it before you put it on. So that just saved her time, and it drove her crazy. And I have been tempted to do that in the past as well. I'm not going to lie. Right side out to wash, or they will do it after it is washed. Mom will not do it for you unless they're little bitties. If they're not capable, if they're babies and toddlers, then, that's different. Set an alarm so that you remember to put the wash in the dryer and check the dryer, etc. Have a reward for yourself. All of these, you can pick a reward to, give you a little more motivation, especially with the cleaning. Cleaning is not enjoyable. How often do you do the deep cleaning? Of course, you can do the tidying every day, but the deep cleaning, she did say she hired someone once they both worked full time. She did hire someone to do the deep cleaning twice a month, and that's okay too. Even if you set aside in your budget, maybe you don't eat out and you don't buy any more clothing, and you designate that budget to having a housekeeper. That's what I did. I wasn't, it wasn't that I felt like I was rich or had all this money to hire someone to help me, but it kept me and my husband from arguing, and it kept peace in the home and the person that I hired was a friend that really was an older friend that really enjoyed cleaning and wanted a little extra money because all she lived off of was Social Security, and it was what she wanted. So I let her do it for as long as she wanted, and I paid her. And it helped both of us. So cleaning is not always enjoyable for every person, and so you have to decide on how often. If you have little bitties, you may have your husband take your little bitties every Saturday morning to an adventure while you spend all Saturday morning cleaning, and then you can have the rest of the weekend free to do what you want. or you can alternate. I don't know how this will work. It depends on your spouse, but you do all the cleaning 1 week, and then your husband does all the cleaning the next week. Good luck with that. And splitting everything evenly. Now, she did mention though that how they split all of their tasks evenly is he did all the outside work and she did all the indoor work. I'm not sure exactly, how even, I don't know. We'll skip that and just say, there's another thing she suggested was Becky at Clean Mama had a way of spending 15 minutes a day cleaning, and she has a system, and you can look for that. Just make sure you clearly assign tasks so everyone in the family knows exactly what they're to do. She also says she used cleaning lists for each person so they knew exactly what to do, and it became a daily thing to check off. Start a cleaning streak. She mentioned Jerry Seinfeld and how he would write jokes and he would put an X on the calendar each day that he actually wrote a joke, and then he got to where he didn't want to miss putting that X on the calendar. So you could do that for cleaning, whatever motivates you. But she says start with one change at a time. There are habits anytime you want to incorporate any habits, just start with one at a time. They always say it takes 21 days to get a habit to really stick. So do that. All right, now I'm going to do a little review on Abby Lawson's 3 SMART systems. Abby gives us some ideas of systems that may be helpful to implement in your home for food, laundry, and cleaning. Sometimes when we think we don't have the time, it's actually that we don't have a system in place. Now, creating systems and routines is one of the ways that she has helped to keep her scatterbrain side in check so that not constantly forgetting something or living in the midst of chaotic mess. Now, she says our habits, routines, and systems are what we revert back to when things get busy and to avoid feeling overwhelmed and out of control. Most of our systems and routines come about because something is too difficult or annoying and we want to find a way to fix it. Find a trusted source for meal plans to save time searching for recipes. Don't search for recipes in this cookbook and this one and this one and this one and this one. Find one that works for most of the meals that you cook and try to use only 1 or 2 so that you don't have all of these places that you're looking for recipes and etc. It just saves you time. Make routines as enjoyable as possible. Use the task as a time to listen to a podcast or your favorite TV show. Don't try to make all of these changes at once. Master one before moving to the next. And decide what your sticking points are. Is it lack of time? Is it the result isn't worth the time spent? Is it just not enjoyable? What are you willing to let go? For example, complicated meals, hours looking for recipes, or clothing we no longer wear. Make a plan you can stick to. Save time to decide once. For food, use a meal plan or have themed nights for dinner. Maybe you prefer to do laundry all in one day rather than a smaller load each day. Decide who can help. This will look different in each phase of your life. Whether you have itty bitties, whether you have elementary kids, middle schoolers, high schoolers, you're working from home, you're not working from home. Distribute tasks by strength or preference. You may need to bring in outside help. Follow through by setting reminders until your routine is established. Try setting a timer or starting a habit streak to see how many days in a row you can complete the task. All right, guys, that is it for 3 Smart Systems by Abby Lawson. And there's some great ideas in there. I like to bring you lots of different ideas from lots of different people so that you can try as many ideas as it takes to find your own way and your own way of doing things that works for you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this podcast and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.